Hello, beautiful people. Welcome to Beyond the Mat with me, J. Cole Yoga. Today, we are talking about some crazy new shit that I'm doing. Some crazy shit. It's been 7, 8, 9 days since I started a vegan ketogenic diet. So let's get down to business and explain what the fuck I'm talking about. Vegan ketogenic diet is very hard to do because a ketogenic diet requires high protein, lots of meat, lots of fats. Basically what you're doing is training your body to burn fat instead of burning sugar. And how do you do that? By completely cutting out all sugar, cutting out all the carbs, and increasing protein and increasing fats, and healthy fats though, like coconut oil and nuts, nut fats, things like that. So it's been 7 days. I feel great. I feel super healthy. I feel amazing. Never felt better actually. And so in ketosis, you want to like fast as much as possible. It's like intermittent fasting. So you'll have like I guess let me just explain what's going on right now. You can kind of hear some sizzly, crackly, sounds like plastic crinkling, but this is what's going on. That's just my breakfast boiling away. And what is for breakfast? Let's have a look in the freezer. So I have all these I'm using a selfie stick for one of the first times, still trying to figure it out. Pre-packaged meals. So I'll go to the grocery store and buy a whole bunch of shit, and I'll chop it up, and I'll put a little bit of broccoli in each bag, I'll put a little bit of celery in each bag, dark leafy greens, not even leafy, just dark green, everything, all dark, all the time, every day. So that's my breakfast. That's what's in that pot boiling over there. So that's gonna boil up, and then I'm gonna eat it with some coconut oil and maybe a little bit of spice thrown in there for a little bit of flavor, and that's it. That's gonna hold me over until later on, and then later on I'm just gonna eat like a little handful of nuts. Like I got some sunflower seeds laying here, I've got almonds and pistachios and cashews and trail mix kind of stuff. Trail mix without the raisins, because you can't have any sugar, so you can't have fruit, you can't have bananas, too high in carbs. Starchy stuff is all out. All the pastas are gone. Even gluten-free pasta is all off the shelf. No rice. None of that shit. But yeah, the weirdest thing is not eating any fruit, because I mean that was like a main source of energy for me. Like in the afternoon, I would eat a banana as I've been out doing my jobs. And I'd get a little tired. Just throw a banana in my bag. You chow that down, no problem. But yeah, so bananas high in all the shit that you don't want happening for this diet, because over time it's going to take like a couple weeks, maybe even a month, but my body will completely change over from burning sugars as energy to burning fat as energy. So there's fat stores already from eating all the carbs that I've eaten my whole life, and then the new healthy fats that I'm eating now are also going to become energy. So fat contains 3 to 4 times more energy than sugar does. So you don't need to eat as much. You can just eat a small little, that's why like a little handful of nuts, you eat that and you're like, oh wow, fuck, I'm full for like the rest of the day. And the other thing is no eating after 7:30 at night. So if you're like living a regular 9 to 5 lifestyle and you get up in the morning, and just because it's morning, like we're not robots here, we're not food robots. You don't eat just because it's morning, just because you're supposed to eat, because society says now is eating time. You eat when you're hungry on this diet anyways. I'm not speaking for everyone. So you'll get to like, sometimes I get to like 10, 11, 12 before I even eat breakfast. That's right. You're fasting overnight. So you'll have your meal at night around dinner time, and then you won't eat anything again. You can have little snacks of basically just nuts up until 7:30, and then after 7:30, it's done, it's over. You could have like some water, I guess, if you want, and that's it. And then you try and hold that fast for as long as possible. So like myself, like I worked late last night, so I ate my dinner last night at 7:30. And so like, then I go all night, and now here it is, it's 10 o'clock in the morning. I have absolutely no feelings of hunger in my belly or anywhere in my body. And though like my brain is telling me like, hey man, it's like, it's getting later in the day, like it's 10 o'clock, like maybe you should be hungry, maybe you should be eating right now. And you just got to kind of like check in with yourself. And I feel like this diet has allowed me to really check in with myself in the inside and feel like I know I'm supposed to be eating right now, but am I actually hungry, or am I just doing it out of habit, or am I just doing it out of boredom, or is it just a thing to do off of the day, another checklist item? And that's totally what's going on. So like I'm checking in, I'm like, I am not at all hungry. And so you might ask why I'm boiling my breakfast on the stove right now, because these dark leafy greens, I've got a lot of kale in there, and it takes for fucking ever to boil that shit into a chewable, slimy paste that I enjoy. What else can I say about this? Other than feeling great, weight stays down, all the illnesses that go along with sugar and having sugar in your diet and in your life, there's no more insulin spikes in the day from like, even eating an apple can spike your insulin. So like when you're out working, you're like, oh, I'm starting to feel tired, I'm starting to crash, and you eat an apple and you have an insulin spike, but what comes after the spike is yet another crash. So there are no more crashes happening. There's no more of this like up and down. There's just plateau, which is very nice, especially in my line of work. What else? I don't know. I think we're coming to the end. I'll probably think of a whole bunch of extra shit to say when I turn the camera off. That's usually what happens. So, day 9, feeling fine. Ladies and gentlemen, I will keep you updated on this whole vegan ketogenic diet and how it works for me. I'm only going to do it for 3 months, as that is what is commonly advised by physicians and other people who have done it before. Also, it's kind of boring flavor-wise. I mean, that's all you're eating is a little bit of spinach and kale and shit like that, and broccoli and dark greeny things every day, and then nuts, and then another version of dark stuff. Tofu's on the list, so you can throw in some tofu in the mix. That can spice things up, make things a little more interesting. I've also cut out salt. I've cut out adding any salt myself. I know there's salt in things, so, and I know some recipes call for salt a little bit, so sometimes I'll sprinkle just a little bit, but I'm no longer adding salt myself to anything, and that includes stuff like soy sauce and salty, liquidy things. I just have a salt problem. This has nothing to do with the diet. I can't say no to the salt. Like, I'm pouring that shit on, and there's like an inch of salt on the top of my food, because that's where I'm at with my taste buds, because I can't taste it anymore, and I just need more. It's like a drug. It's like your body becomes immune to the salt, and you can't even taste it anymore, that you need to add so much salt to be able to taste the salt, and it's just really bad shit for you. Wise man once said, stay away from the white stuff. Stay away, and he's not talking about cocaine. Well, he is talking about cocaine, but he's also talking about any white powdered substance is so highly refined that it's bad for you. Salt, sugar, flour, baking sodas, baking powders, all these things are just so fucking bad for you. You really need to cut that shit out. If you really need almond flour, throw some almonds in a magic bullet or in a blender and blend yourself up some almond flour. It won't taste the same, it won't have the same consistency or anything like that, but it is 1,000 times more healthy for you, your body, your health, your mind, and all the things that reflect from that. Whew! Running out of shit to say. So, I'm going to say goodbye. Peace, love, and light. Namaste. And all that other good noise. And we out! Oh yeah, welcome to the new channel. Hey, we have jumped over because YouTube disabled all the ads and all the monetization on people with low view counts. And I had this older account that has tons of views and tons of subscribers and everything. So it was totally cool to just jump ships, hop on over here, still giving you guys beautiful, awesome videos. Please subscribe if you haven't already. Click on the Patreon link to donate to the cause of J. Cole Yoga. Goodbye, everyone.